Well, to continuing my lecture on the topic collision, here we got equation u1 minus u2 is equal to v2 minus v1. Okay, from the last lecture, so we got equation that is u1 minus u2 is equal to v2 minus v1. So from this, relative velocity of approach before collision is equal to relative velocity of separation after collision. Okay, so this we got. So now v2 is equal to u1 minus u2 plus v1. This is equation 3 we consider. Next, v1 is equal to v2 minus u1 plus u2. Okay, so we got this is equation 4. Okay, so this equation 3 and equation 4, first of all, you know equation 1. What is equation 1? m1 of u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 of v2 minus u2. So this is equation 1. Already we know equation 1. So substitute equation 3 in equation 1, substitute equation 4 in equation 1. We got two important equations here. Substitute equation 3 in 1 in equation 3 in equation substitute equation 3 in equation 1. We got equation 1 will get v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2, m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1, 2m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So this we got. This is a very important. I'll consider as this is a equation 5. Okay, next, substitute equation 4 in equation 1. We will get v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2, 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. So this we got. So these are final velocities. These are very, very important. So now we discuss. So by using this equation 5 and equation 6, we apply some cases. Okay. Case 1. If m1 is equal to m2, then then observe here equations. V1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 2m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. Okay, alage v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. Okay, so v1 v2 values we got here. So if m1 is equal to m2, m1 is equal to m2, m1 m2 both are same means definitely this is cancel each other. So m1 m2 both are same means this cancel each other, and here m2 m cancel. So finally we got v1 is equal to, from this v1 is equal to u2 and v2 is equal to u1. So here if masses are equal, then exchange of velocity takes place. Exchange of velocity takes place. Exchange of velocities takes place. For example, let us consider this body. This body is moving with velocity v1. So this is a body. This is going to be moving with velocity. This is going to be moving with velocity. This is a body. It is finally come to rest. Okay. So this is the body moving with velocity is equal to rest. So then this body is going to move and hit this. This A body is hits the B body. Then if A body, both bodies having mass same, MA is equal to MB here. If MA is equal to MB, if A body hits, this is example, if A body hits B body, then exchange of velocity takes place. Exchange of velocity takes place. Exchange of velocity takes place. That means VA becomes 0, VB becomes V1. So here exchange of velocity takes place. The A is attains B velocity, B is attains A velocity. That means if masses are equal, then collision takes place, exchange of velocity takes place. This is very important. This is case 1. Next, case 2. Exchange of velocity takes place. Case 2. Next one is case 2. Case 2. If m1 is greater than or equal to m2 and u2 is equal to 0. So let us consider two particles. This is a first particle have a mass m1. This is second particle of a mass m2. Okay. So here it having initial velocity is u1. This having initial velocity u2 is equal to 0. That means it is at rest. Second particle is at rest. So this first particle hits this one, and m1 is greater than m2 means we neglect the mass m2. So we neglect the mass m2. Here neglect mass m2. So remove this mass m2. What we got here? m1 cancel u1. Here u2 value is 0. So that means we got here v1 is equal to u1. Okay. v1 is equal to u1 we got. Next from this neglect m2 here, m2 going to be neglect minus u2. Okay, so here u2 value is going to be 0 and neglect m2, m1 going to cancel, v2 is equal to u1. Observe carefully, we neglect mass m2. That means in this equation just remove m2 value. So just remove m2 value here, m2 removed, here m2 removed, m1 by m1, 1 into u1, because u2 value is already 0, then it becomes 0. So here also v1 is equal to u1 we got, then v2 is equal to u1. How we got? Here neglect m2, here u2 value is 0, so that's why this term is equal to 0, and we neglect m2 is neglected, means m1 going to be cancelled, v2 is equal to 2u1. Okay, so finally what we got, v1 is equal to u1, v1 is equal to u1, v2 is equal to 2u1. Okay, so this mass is very less mass. Okay, this mass is very less mass. Okay. So this is we neglect mass m2 because this is at rest. Initially this mass m2 is at rest. This is case 2. So in case 2 these are very important. So whenever m1 greater than m2, u2 is equal to 0, we apply these conditions. v1 is equal to u1, v2 is equal to 2u1. So these cases are very important, friends. While we solving problems, these cases will apply. Okay. So general thinking also we got these conditions only, because here observe carefully, one mass is bulk mass, one is a small mass particle. So this is hit this one, what will happen? This velocity, final velocity of this mass is not changes. So this final velocity is not changes, that's why v1 is equal to u1. So now what about this small particle final velocity? This is very small particle. So after this heavy particle hitting this small particle, definitely it moves with double of initial velocity. That's why we take v2 is equal to 2 into u1. In general thinking also we got v1 is equal to u1, v2 is equal to 2u1. Next, case 3. Case 3. Case 3. So in case 3, generally m2 is greater than m1, u2 is equal to 0. u2 is equal to 0. That means mass m1 is neglected. So here neglected, substitute. So from, if you consider m2 greater than m1, m2 is equal to 0. So m2 greater than m1, this is m2. So this is m1. Okay, here u2 is equal to 0. For this one u2 is equal to 0. So this is for this one u1 is equal to, for this one initial velocity is u1, it is moving with initial velocity u1. Okay, it is moving with initial velocity u1. Final velocity v1 is equal to, final velocity v1 is equal to, observe carefully here u2 is equal to 0, we neglect m1, u2 is equal to 0, so this becomes 0, and we neglect here m1 is neglected, then what we got, m1 neglected, m1 neglected, m2 cancel, v1 is equal to minus u1. What we got here, v1 is equal to minus u1. Next, v2 is equal to, there is nothing change in this, v2 is equal to 0. So we got these two conditions, these are very important. So these are very important. v2 is equal to 0 and v1 is equal to minus u1 you got. This is a case 3. Okay, so like this we had 3 cases. These 3 cases are very important solving numericals. Okay, so please memorize these 3 cases, so definitely you are easy to solve any type of question based upon elastic collision. So next we will discuss inelastic collision and perfectly inelastic collision. Before going to discuss inelastic collision, so we'll start with the coefficient of restitution. Okay, we'll start with coefficient of restitution. Okay, coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution. Okay, observe carefully. It is denoted as E. It is defined as ratio between relative velocity of separation relative velocity of separation after collision to the relative velocity of approach before collision. Okay, before collision. Formula. E is equal to relative velocity of separation after collision relative velocity of approach before collision. Relative velocity of separation after collision means V2 minus V1 by, so here relative velocity of approach before collision means U1 minus U2. So E is equal to V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. So this is a formula. Okay, and units, no unit for E, so no dimensional formula. Okay, no dimensional formula. Now, what is the use of coefficient of restitution? It is used to measure elasticity of collision. It is used to measure elasticity of collision. Next, E is equal to 1 for elastic collision. E is equal to 0 perfectly elastic inelastic collision. 0 less than E less than 1 for inelastic collision. So this is very important. It is used to measure elasticity of collision. E is equal to 1 for elastic collision. E is equal to 0 for perfectly inelastic collision. E value is between 0 and 1 for inelastic collision. So this is about a coefficient of restitution. In next lecture, we will discuss inelastic collision and perfectly inelastic collision. So in detailed manner Thank you for watching my lecture. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you so much.